I still remember that day. It was November 2012. Not long ago, you might say, but for me it seems like a very, very distant memory from a different life. It was an autumn like no other. The sky was clear with chilly air just blowing the trees, and the clouds, they were gold and honey, and there are so many leaves having their last dance. Have you ever watched those leaves losing their green in a fall, but yet so beautiful, waltzing their way down to earth like a final performance? It was a glorious day with a myriad of shapes and sizes of leaves falling all around me, golds, reds, pinks, to become part of the soil. But just before that happens, they made the most beautiful song, like a violin, piercing the cold air. I could hear it in my heart. I was so grateful to be there and witness this majestic moment. I remember like now. It was my first trip to America, and I was taking a class on personal branding at High Point University in North Carolina. Personal branding was not a topic I knew or I learned about. It was very new and exciting, and I felt like a total alien. On the first day of the course, my teacher taught us the most astonishing class of all times. It wasn't just a class, it was a performance. Each sentence would take us to another level of knowledge, opening another door. Door after door, each sentence we felt spellbound, waiting with bated breath, the next one, to see where is he taking us next. His voice was so powerful, was awakening the soul throughout his message. His message was so profound, and it wasn't just a message, it was a song, powerful, energy-driven and vibrant, like a Stradivarius. We were given large portions of vibrant, inspiring music, stemming from his personal journey, from nothingness to holiness, from darkness into light, and each day, every single hour of the day, the lessons were even more powerful, and with each class, my teacher was giving us another performance, as if it was the last one, and I was there witnessing this majestic moment, and since then, I heard the same teacher speaking the same lessons, the same message, hundreds of times. And yet, I still don't have enough. With each class, he is giving his heart out, as if now is his very last chance to play his song, to share his passion. It was a very small class with people from all over the world, about 30 people, and at the end of the course, I was so mesmerized by his presentation that I could not even speak, and that doesn't happen to me. My colleagues clustered around him, and I could not possibly ask him my one question that I was having in my mind and burning. But later that day, I got all my courage, and the next break, I approached him and I asked him, "What do I do next?" At first, I thought he did not hear me, and I repeated my question. "What do I do next?" But my teacher looked at me, at least for a second, and then he looked away, far away, as if he wasn't there. And after a very long minute, perhaps the longest minute that I could ever remember, he said, "Be." He did not say another word and left without even looking at me. Be. The power of one word. I had no idea what he meant. at the time, but it was everything I got. So I took that word with me and started searching for clues. I started looking for the meaning of that one word to understand the message he was delivering to me, because the more I was playing that moment back in my mind, back and forth, I could see it was only one word and the one and only message I could ever be given to change my life. B. I had nobody else to ask, so I started asking myself better questions. Yes, I start asking myself, what is that I want? Why I want what I want? Where do I want to be? This is how my journey started, with one magic word from an amazing teacher. Almost like a godsend. So it's more than 1,000 days since I heard that word at High Point University, and since I traveled the world and I started helping people to craft their message, listening to the song they have in their heart, the song they never sang before, the song that nobody heard them singing before. And what I learned is just amazing. It's so much greatness out there. And most of the people I met, they're about to bury their greatness alive. But there is out there. And I started this journey when I was 51 years old, and now I'm 54 years young. You see, the road was waiting for me. Even I had no idea where I was going. I had no plan. My home is the world, and the world is my oyster. Since that glorious day at High Point University in North Carolina, I'm constantly taking another trip, traveling to new places, meeting great new people, total strangers, including myself. Globetrotting is a divine job and gives me the chance to share my passion and broadcast your passion. I was listening to people who are facing different levels of the same struggles and encounter various degrees of the same challenges. And I said to myself, if this one word got the power to move me from where I was in my life to where I am now, if this one word is so powerful and literally changed my life direction, if one word changed my whole perception in life and my whole understanding of what life could be, what words can you find in your heart? What words do you have to change other people's life? I'm asking the same question I asked myself almost 3 years ago. And if one word changed my life, how many words do you need to reach your client's heart, to change their life? What is your song? What is the message somebody needs to hear from you? And move over imaginary obstacles and hurdles, everything that life throws in their way, and everything else in between. What would it take to turn impossible into possible? What if you could master what you have, your existing abilities, forget what other people think of your potential, but focus on what you have right now, at present. What if you stop obsessing about what you don't have and see what you really have already? What if you could master the one thing that nobody else could possibly have? The song in your heart. The song that was never written before. The song that was never sung before. The song that never been listened to. What if you could listen to your own song, the one you hadn't had the courage to listen to yet? What if I could help you find the voice within and bring it out from inside out into the world, into this world which is far from perfect but yet is awaiting on you? You see, I think that when you want something, you start imagining how what you want could change what you have. But the simple truth about this is a lot more uncomplicated than we might want to believe. So no excuses allowed. The simple truth is that if you want more, if you want to make the difference and the fortune, you have to create and deliver value. And I put together a system, let's say is a template for you to create and deliver value. It is about your message, it is about your 30-second message, how you turn that into a 3-minute message, and how you turn your 3-minute message into a 9-minute story. Don't be afraid to create your own or choose different words. Is just for guidance, and you just need to fill the void and create better life choices for somebody else. Because you see, as a child, I remember my grandmother telling me that you never look down on anyone unless you want to lift them up. So I'm not here to teach you anything, because I don't know more than you. I am absolutely certain that you already know too much. But what I'm asking you is a trade. Trade your time for your relationship with eternity. Once you put everything in a book, that book becomes your birth certificate. And that book is going to inspire so many people around the world. And it's not only that it's going to inspire somebody you never met, but you are going to discover somebody you never met yourself. And I want you to have that chance. And I want you to connect with yourself. I want you to stop looking outside, chasing opportunities, and start looking inside and see how abundant you are and how much you have to give. And the more you give, the richer you feel. So when you stop chasing opportunities, something happens. And I want you to experience what happens to you. You become the opportunity. People will come to you and they will pay you for the privilege of learning from you. And I want you to have that experience. I want you to see how profound, how beautiful, how amazing you feel when you share your own experience. It is my belief, it is my personal belief, and is going to be always my understanding that the sacred secret of life is sharing. It's not perhaps the right moment for you to jump into a new project. Perhaps it's not the right moment for you to be excited about a new project. But I'm asking you to look at yourself with a fresh pair of eyes and see what you have inside that is so unique to you, and nobody else got what you have, and give it away. Get in touch with me, marinanani.com. Goodbye.